ABC, Big Star 1000s, and this is the Gimme 10 for the year 2007. I'd like to thank Chris for 127 Basket for doing this series, because it really has helped me rediscover some gems in my collection. And I see that other people have jumped on the noughties bandwagon, which is a nice bandwagon to be on. Chad Everett and Anders in Stockholm, and Kevin, Dr. Strangely Strange. It's about 5 of us, which is cool. Just a kind of a vibe, interact kind of a thing, you know. 5 is better than no vibing, so it's cool. 2007, great year for music. I watched Chris's video this morning. I haven't had really much time to do any more watching than this. I saw that Anders got 2 videos on, and 2001 and 2002, and Chad Everett did 2007, but I just couldn't keep up. I had to go to work, go to work. I've come back from work, and I'm just trying to keep up with the videos so that not too fall backwards. I wait for Chris to make his video, and then I make mine. That's how I'd like to do it, because he started it, so it's his idea, so I just follow up. And he showed some great records this morning, and some of them I'm going to show them to you. And I'm going to start with the best records from 2007. Talked many times about this. There's no real surprise there. Panda Bear with Person Pitch. Panda Bear, Noah Lennox, as Chris said, one of the 2 members of the Animal Collective duo. Fantastic psychedelic pop record. Really, yeah, he said in the interview, Beach Boys meets, I can't remember which band you quoted. I'm brain dead right now. My quote was Beach Boy meets Galaxy, jamming with Galaxy 500, because of the reverb, and you're talking about the reverb as well. One of the most wonderful cover art. It's very striking. That's what got me sucked in this record the first time I saw it. In 2007, I actually had a download of this for months on end. It took me a while to actually buy the record. Noah Lennox lives in Lisbon now, in Portugal, which is interesting. You know, wonderful psych pop records. Really, you know, real Beach Boys influence, and beautiful record. To me, one of the highlights of the 2000s, no question. And since I'm on Panda Bear, this is my favorite Animal Collective records, no question. Strawberry Jam, from the same year. And it's true what Chris said. How could they put 2 records? How could he put 2 records in 1 year? It's incredible. Again, same story. I had the download of both of them in 2007. It took me a while to. In fact, I only got this piece of vinyl 3 weeks ago, a month ago or something. But I've listened to this multiple times. Obviously, I was always a big fan of this record here, and I had it on CD, but you know, I decided to buy myself a vinyl copy eventually, because I thought it's worth having on vinyl. You know, it's one of those records, you know, you wouldn't regret having on vinyl. Again, it's not as poppy as Panda Bear, but it's really, you know, psychedelic. Yeah, well, it is psychedelic pop, but it's a different sort of psychedelic pop. It's more twisted. I always view Animal Collective kind of a closer cousin to really twisted things like The Residents or bands or Frank Zappa, you know, then I think Panda Bear is a more sort of straightforward pop sound. Just my opinion. Since I'm on psychedelic pop, I'll continue with a CD. This is a fantastic record by a band, an American band called of Montreal, led by a guy called Kevin Barnes, kind of a tortured genius, really weird guy, very highly strung kind of guy. I think he lives in Oslo now, or in somewhere in Norway. He moved to Norway, but this is the 10th record. The album is called Hissing Fauna, Are You the Destroyer? Fantastic sound of, yeah, again, psychedelic pop, and mixed with a touch of glam rock and indie rock, kind of, sort of. Some of the songs are very glam, you know, like very flamboyant type of songs. This is a really, really great record of Montreal. Hissing Fauna, Are You the Destroyer? Amazing. Very worth getting. Right, continuing. Man, I love this guy, and I love this record. And this is one, again, I think at the end of this series, I'm going to make a top 20 2000s. Because I realized by the end of this series, I would have shown 100 records. 100 records. Choose my 20 favorite records. And this one will be in the list. Andorra by Caribou. Caribou, Dan Snaith, aka Manitoba, aka Caribou. This is his 4th record, I would say. Is 2, 3, yeah, I would say, I'm guessing it's his 4th record. Up in Flames, The Milk of Human Kindness, and there's the other one with the white and blue cover, which is great too. Can't remember the title. Yeah, it's 4th record. Amazing record. Andorra. Now, the story about this is that to make this record, he spent hours and hours in the studio. I was reading that, like, there's, what, 10 tracks or something? You can see it's 10 tracks. Apparently, there's something like 700 recorded tracks on this record. Like, that is, each song has got at least 70, like, is multi-track 70 times, which is like, it's insane for a kind of a studio solo project. When he comes on stage, he's got double drums, and it's just insane. Really psychedelic, poppy, really explosive music. Like, take a listen to Melody Day or Sandy. My favorite song on this, I think, is Sandy, the second song. And yeah, Eli and Irene are just really. Irene is a great song too. Man, this is a beautiful record. A beautiful, beautiful record. Just excellent from start to finish. Caribou, Andorra. I think 2007 was the year of psychedelic pop. I think we worked that out already. Okay, in a completely different register, he is a sort of, what would you call it, future garage, dubstep, electronic music record, Burial with Untrue. Burial is a band is a one-man act from London. It's a guy called William Emmanuel Bevan. And this is his 2nd album, and to me he operates in a similar way. The way he makes music, to me, is fairly reminiscent of Aphex Twin. I think, I mean, the music is very different to Aphex Twin, but I think the process, the music making process, is similar to, I would compare it to Aphex Twin. And I know some people don't like this record, but I really love this record. It's excellent. I remember hearing Archangel, the first track, on radio on repeat, and it's got this eerie sort of. It's funny. If you've been listening to British music from British dance music from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s onwards, you know, you can see where this was coming. Like, you know, when you heard things like Soul to Soul, and then a Massive Attack, Portishead and FX Twin, you can see that this was like it was an evolution. There was a natural progression in the music. It's very dark and very brooding and kind of beautiful at the same time. I'm just talking shit, but just don't watch if you don't want to. Battles, Mirrored. They call it math rock, I think, which is like a kind of a subgenre of post rock. I don't know if it's just happy, fucking insane music, you know. I don't know what you can call it. Just trippy shit. Atlas. Just this is on Warp Records. We're talking about FX Twin a second ago. So Warp. Yeah, it's got the son of Anthony Braxton in the band, and so on and so forth. Let me take a sip, just to annoy the fuck out of you. Anyway, this is a great record. Mirrored. Battles. Yeah. Talking about happy records, let's talk about a couple of happy records. Some insane music. How about this guy here, this girl here, MIA, Maya Arul Fragasam, or whatever her name was, originally from Sri Lanka via London, kind of, I don't know, hip hop and dance music and just, you know, urban grooves type of stuff, and everybody heard Paper Planes, and this is great. This is a great record. I don't think MIA will make a better record than this. I don't think she will. And yes, it's all about guns and money machines and very cool record. MIA, Color. Right, I'll stay on some dance music, sort of dancey music. Cross by Justice. The first album is simply called Cross. Justice are two guys from Paris. You know, we're used to French duos making electronic music. Air, Daft Punk, Space Art, much earlier, and you've got Justice, which is the most recent duo. What to say about this? French house music, really dynamic, lots of really cool samples, really hummable tunes, really, you know. Again, I got hooked by dance, DANC, with its children singing, and it was really a big song at the time, and but the rest of it is great. There's, you know, you can hear that they were into a lot of different things, like, you know, Michael Jackson and all sorts of other, you know, influences. Daft Punk, they're clearly listening to Daft Punk to make this music, clearly. This is a monster. Again, in 2007, I could say three of my favorites. I will say Caribou, Andorra, Panda Bear, and this record are three of my absolute favorites records of the 2000s. No question. LCD Sound System, The Sound of Silver, the best album by James Murphy, aka LCD Sound System, Tour de Force. Excellent, excellent record from start to finish. I mean, his first album was great. On the first album, he was wearing his influences a bit too clearly on his sleeve. You know, you can hear Beatles and Brian Eno and Joy Division and all sorts of things. But on this, it's a bit more blurred and it's a bit more refined. You can see, you know, there's Bowie-esque moments and but every song is just killer. Get Innocuous, Time to Get Away, North American Scum, Someone Great, All My Friends, New York, I Love You, But You Bring Me Down. Every single song is a killer song. I mean, it's a monster record. If you haven't got this, I mean, honestly, you're missing out. You are missing out. It's just such great, dancey, electronic, you know, crack rock inspired. I mean, it's just a mishmash of things. I don't think there's anything that sounds like this. It's an amazing piece of music, and the following record, the last record he made, title eludes me now. It will come back to me. It's got James Murphy on the cover. He's great too. It's fantastic too. And last, a little dark horse. Barbers, Hymns for a Dark Horse. It is a dark horse. Barbers, they're a band from North Carolina. They dabble, well, their main musical style is kind of alternative country, Americana, lo-fi, indie folk, fronted by a girl called Beth Tacular, which is meant to be spectacular, I think. And this is the second record. It's really beautiful. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost naive in some ways, but it's a great sort of folky record. What could you compare it to? That's the difficult thing, to give anybody some kind of a, I don't know, it's very hard to say, you know. There's a little bit of Devendra Banhart in it, there's a little bit of, go and listen to the second song, In Our Talons. In Our Talons, second song. This is Barbers with Hymns for a Dark Horse. There you go. 2007. A lot of rambling. Hopefully some information.